The information systems acquisition, development, and implementation domain represents 12% of the CISA examination and evaluates an auditor's ability to assess whether information systems are acquired, designed, developed, tested, and implemented in a manner that supports business objectives while maintaining appropriate governance, security, quality, and risk controls. As organizations increasingly depend on digital transformation initiatives, cloud migration, agile development, and enterprise applications, auditors must ensure that technology investments deliver expected business value without introducing unacceptable operational or cybersecurity risks. This domain emphasizes governance throughout the system development lifecycle, SDLC, from project initiation through post-implementation review, ensuring that information systems are reliable, secure, compliant, and aligned with organizational strategy. The guide divides this domain into two primary sections: Information Systems Acquisition and Development and Information Systems Implementation. The Information Systems Acquisition and Development component focuses on governance mechanisms that guide technology investment decisions and system design activities. Auditors evaluate whether project governance and project management practices establish clear accountability, stakeholder participation, resource allocation, scope management, and performance monitoring throughout project execution. Effective governance requires business sponsors, steering committees, and project management offices, PMOs, to ensure strategic alignment and risk oversight while balancing cost, quality, and delivery objectives. Auditors also assess whether business case development and feasibility analysis adequately justify proposed investments through financial evaluation, strategic alignment, operational benefits, technical feasibility, and risk assessment. Weak business justification frequently results in project overruns, implementation failures, or systems that fail to meet organizational needs. Another critical area within acquisition and development is the evaluation of system development methodologies and embedded control design. Organizations may employ traditional waterfall models, agile methodologies, DevOps practices, or hybrid development frameworks depending on project complexity and business requirements. Regardless of methodology, auditors verify that governance processes include requirements management, design reviews, segregation of duties, change control, documentation standards, quality assurance activities, and security integration throughout development. Control identification and design are particularly important because preventive, detective, and corrective controls should be incorporated during system design rather than added after deployment. Secure by design principles reduce implementation risk while strengthening confidentiality, integrity, availability, and regulatory compliance throughout the system lifecycle. The Information Systems Implementation component examines the transition of developed systems into operational production environments. Auditors evaluate system readiness and implementation testing to determine whether applications satisfy business requirements, technical specifications, security controls, and operational performance expectations before deployment. Testing should include unit testing, integration testing, system testing, user acceptance testing, UAT, security testing, regression testing, and performance validation. Inadequate testing significantly increases the probability of operational disruption, financial loss, security vulnerabilities, and user dissatisfaction after implementation. Auditors therefore assess testing completeness, defect management processes, documentation quality, stakeholder approval procedures, and readiness criteria before authorizing production deployment. Implementation governance also includes configuration management, release management, system migration, infrastructure deployment, and data conversion activities that ensure production environments remain stable and controlled during system transition. Configuration baselines should be documented and protected through formal change management procedures, while release management coordinates deployment sequencing, rollback strategies, communication plans, and operational support readiness. Data migration requires verification of completeness, accuracy, integrity, reconciliation procedures, and backup strategies to prevent information loss or corruption during conversion. Infrastructure deployment must ensure compatibility with enterprise architecture, network capacity, cybersecurity requirements, and disaster recovery capabilities. Auditors evaluate whether these implementation controls minimize operational risk while preserving business continuity during technology transformation initiatives. The final stage of Domain 3 involves post-implementation review, which verifies whether project objectives, deliverables, controls, budgets, schedules, and expected business benefits have been achieved after system deployment. Post-implementation assessments identify lessons learned, unresolved deficiencies, governance weaknesses, and opportunities for continuous improvement while validating that implemented controls operate effectively in the production environment. Supporting tasks within the CISA framework emphasize evaluating business cases, reviewing vendor selection processes, assessing controls throughout the SDLC, evaluating implementation readiness, conducting post-implementation reviews, and ensuring project deliverables satisfy organizational requirements. Collectively, these activities demonstrate that successful information systems auditing extends beyond technical validation to include governance effectiveness, strategic alignment, risk management, operational readiness, and long-term business value realization. Mastery of this domain enables CISA professionals to provide independent assurance that technology acquisition and implementation processes consistently support enterprise objectives while maintaining security, compliance, and operational resilience.